What's up? What's up? What's up, world? It's your girl, Ash Nicole here, and I am here with my fifth episode of the ICC podcast. Yeah! First off, I got to give my thanks where thanks is due. Thanks to all the ones who are listening. Thanks to the ones who's always reaching out, letting me know that they're so encouraged by today's episodes. If you're watching this video and looking at my face, I look around because I'm looking at my notes and things of that sort. So y'all know what it is. So anywho, I hope you guys' week has been going great. I'm a little late with this one because it's Wednesday at 6:02, but a mommy's gotta do what a mommy's gotta do. So definitely please forgive me for the late upload of this one. So coming to you today is a taking accountability episode. Before I begin this episode, just want to say a lot of my episodes is for everybody. I would say anywhere from the ages of 15 and up. Because every time I upload my episode on YouTube or certain sites, they're like, "Is it age appropriate?" Yes, it's age appropriate. I feel as though if a 12-year-old want to listen and be encouraged, then let them listen and be encouraged and go from there. So today we are going to talk about taking accountability. How many of you have ran into people? I would say a person, but I'm pretty sure we all have ran into plenty of people who does not know or cannot take accountability for their actions. Yeah, I know. I know a few and ran into a few and probably got to get rid of a few. If you know. So, taking accountability, it doesn't require a lot. It doesn't require you to go overboard. It doesn't require you to get worked up. If you did something, woman up, man up to it, and take accountability. Now, what I want to try to not say, but is taking accountability the same thing as being a narcissist? Mm. So, here's my take on taking accountability versus narcissism. Taking accountability means owning up to one's action and mistakes, while narcissism, particularly narcissistic personal disorder, and I'm referencing Google AI, is characterized by the lack of accountability. But first of all, it kind of goes neck and neck, if you ask me. And I don't want to call somebody who doesn't take accountability a narcissist, but if you're doing anything to avoid responsibility for your action, pretty much a narcissist will do that. That's just like in relationships, on the job, in the family, and the list goes on. What are you Why can't you not get your, dig into your truth? If you did it, you did it. Whatever the situation may be. But do you not know the benefits of it? Before I get into the benefits of taking accountability and owning up to your wrong, let me just say this. I was once, I wouldn't say I was once a narcissist. Y'all know I open up on this podcast. But I was once someone who did not like to take accountability for my actions. Like, oh, yep, I did that, but I'm not going to say I did it. But cannot taking accountability block your blessings? Y'all know I had to take it there because I'm going to take it there. I'm going to take it there. You wondering why things are not okay, but you can't be held responsible, or you don't want to get blamed for something that you're doing, and you want to be all hide and seek about it. That's just like us hiding. As people, we hide our sins. We're so fearful of what people think of our sins, which is why we can't take accountability. But at the end of the day, we don't fear God. So, how are you afraid? This is another question. How are you afraid to how are you afraid to not take accountability? And how are you afraid of what people will think about you and not what God is thinking about you? Because you know, if you out there doing something you're not supposed to be doing, God sees it, right? Y'all know I'm gonna take it there. I'm gonna always take it there. Like I said, I'm gonna always take it there because I want y'all to get it. I want y'all to get it, not just from a person who is giving it to you, from the Bible or anything like that. But I also want you to understand it. So that's why I do my podcast the way I do my podcast. I give you some Bible, but I'm gonna give it to you a little bit, kind of ABC style, non-biblical style, so that way you can understand it. But that is so true because a lot of people in today's society, they will go out and do things, and they'll be so afraid of what Tom, Dick, and Harry gonna think about it. But at the end of the day, you can care less of what you were doing, and you can care less of what God think about it. So you're not fearing God basically, but you're scared of what Tom, Dick, and Harry gonna say. You scared if they find out that you're doing what you're doing, what they gonna think. But why can't you own up to it? Now, what I don't like personally, and if it's wrong, Lord, correct it. But what I don't like personally is if I know you did something, I'm gonna question you. And that's just me. And if you still lying after I question you, then Houston, we got the biggest problem ever. Then it is what it is at that point. It is. It is what it is. Y'all, I have a sign like that on the back of my stove. It is what it is. Because when I'm cooking, it is what it is. But taking accountability can lead to blessings. It can lead to great things happening. Because why can't you just own up to what you're doing? So let's talk about the benefits of owning up to accountability. So, benefit number one, it fosters trust and strengthens relationships. That builds trust, that builds relationships, whether it's, boyfriend, girlfriend relationship, husband and wife relationship, family relationships, work relationships. If you made a mistake, you made a mistake. Now, in some cases, it builds trust. And in some cases, some people, especially relationships, they'll just be like, okay, I can't, you told me what you did, but my heart, or, I'm not going to be able to sit here and be with you because of your actions or whatever. But you know what? You took accountability, and you should be okay with taking accountability. The next thing is it promotes personal growth. It builds your character. Like, as I always say, like I was one person who did not want to take accountability for my actions. I'd be like, yeah, I don't know. But look, listen, now I'd be like, yeah, and let me learn from my mistakes. Let me learn from my mistakes. Tell me what I did wrong, especially in the work field. Like I would always, especially one of my last job working remotely, if I made a mistake, I owned up to it. And I would message my manager before, she even sees it. Be like, look, listen, I did this. Could you help me out, sister? Like, could you let me know? Tough criticism is okay from taking accountability, and I'm okay with that. It encourages empathy and understanding. Taking accountability helps people understand you more or understand why you did what you did more. Now, let me put a little star on that, because our parentheses, this does not mean because you out here messing around in your relationship and this, that, and third now, just because, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Don't tell them Ash Nicole say that, because Ash Nicole did not, and I didn't. So it encourages empathy and understanding, especially, I'm gonna say this, in the work field, like in the job field. Um, when you're trying to talk to someone, or when you're telling someone what you did, why you did it, that's like if you go to therapy for things that you have done and you're trying to break it. They want to know why you did it. So telling them why you did it and you did it, it gives that person an understanding. And the last thing is it can lead to a better decision making and outcome. First of all, tell me the first time I asked you. Secondly, if you want to tell me before I ask you, that's even better. Because at the end of the day, now I know, okay, I don't have to ask you 2 or 3 times of what happened, why you did what you did, what's going on. Can you, I don't have to ask you 2 or 3 times. So my thing, so taking accountability and narcissism, it kind of runs neck and neck in my eye. And if y'all want to back feedback on this, definitely. I'm a big fan of feedback. If you guys want to intake on this, definitely come, comment, do whatever you need to do, because I love communication. I love talking, and I love showing all 32 of my teeth when I'm laughing and talking with everybody. But hey, yeah, my husband be getting on me about that, showing all your teeth and stuff. I can't help it. I cannot. Anywho, so it can lead to better decision making and better outcomes. Taking accountability, period, can lead to blessings. And this is me going to church with it. Taking accountability, period, can lead to blessings. And I know a lot of you guys are probably like, really? Taking a taking accountability can lead to blessings? Yeah, it can. It can. It definitely can. I mean, even if you don't know that, it can. So, what does the Bible say about taking accountability? We basically are responsible for how we act towards others. We are responsible for our actions. You can look at reference Luke 10:30 through 37. Part of that, and then Timothy 5:8 says we are responsible for the way we treat our families. That's First Timothy 5:8. We're responsible for the study of God's words. That's Second Timothy 2:15. So going back to it, we are responsible for the way we act towards others. Luke 10, verses 30 through 37. I'm not going to read it, but that's just a part of that verse. We are responsible. At the end of the day, we're going to be held responsible for our accountability. I don't like people who basically thinks that it's okay to blame somebody else for something that you did, i.e., committing a crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I'm not going to get on that topic because, I won't do that. I would not do that. So, the last thing I want to dig into, say about taking accountability versus narcissism. A narcissist never take responsibility for their own bad behavior. So, basically, when it comes to taking accountability versus narcissism, like I said, it's neck and neck, y'all. If you think it's different, and I'm definitely not putting a male female on this, so don't go tell your boyfriend or your husband. That's why Ashley Nicole ain't put no man, no woman. I did not say male or female. It's in general. Cause honestly, let me give y'all some truth here. Honestly, I was gonna come on and say, men and narcissism, but my husband was like, well, that won't be fair. That won't be fair to the people that listen. And he's right, and he's absolutely right. Because I want to come over here and reach everybody, not just women, not just men, everybody. So basically, those two are neck and neck in my eyes. And like I said, if you guys want to feedback, you are welcome to. But basically, that's all I have for you today. But remember, taking accountability can lead to your blessings. I'll never, I'll never not, I'll never won't forget that. So, and at the end of the day, if you did something, admit to it. It's okay. And at the end of the day, you might have to deal with the outcome of it. But looking back, you're going to be real happy that you said, you know what? I'm glad I was honest. Now I'm not carrying this weight. Because, real quick, if you holding all that stuff inside of what you did and not telling people what you did, and you haven't talked to God about it, and you haven't owned up to that person, that's weight, babe. That is weight. So definitely, definitely hold yourself accountable. Be mindful. Take accountability for your actions. It is okay. It is okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope it reaches who it needs to reach. Send it to who needs to hear it. Because if the shoe fits, wear it. I just made that up and I like it. Boom. I hope y'all have a great day. Remember to stay tuned. I'm going to be doing some live episodes soon and I cannot wait. You guys have a blessed evening.